We are back here on Girl Talk, and we are with our friend Iain, custom audio video, all kinds of new changes. It's a blast. Ooh. Every single time I walk in, there's something new and exciting, and it is just magnified exponentially now. Talk to us a little bit about what's going on here. It's fun.
It's work in progress because there's actually quite a lot of things going on. What spurred this redesign of a few areas is we had a flood 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago, something like that. Nothing to do with storms, believe it or not. Our coffee maker sprung a leak, and it flooded the whole place overnight. You needed flippers the next day. So it really made us think about a few things. One of these things is what a lot of people don't know. If they have a control system in place in their house for audio video, we can, in some cases, add sensors to strategic areas, hot water tank drip pans, HVAC drip pans, which will sense if there's a leak and then activate something called a dam that shuts the water feed off to the house, so it minimizes the flood damage.
You know, this is something that you're just sort of talking about now. It's huge. As a designer, like I said, with people out of town so much, it could save, I hate to be dramatic and say millions of dollars, but millions of dollars.
It could. So
it's a sensor that would do that.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that came to mind when we had the flood. You know what? We're in this business. We actually should have had one in our showroom.
Right.
We didn't think about it. Whose coffee maker springs a leak, right?
That's exactly right.
Anyway, that then led to, we have to get new carpet because it was damaged extensively. We have changed the color in our foyer and other rooms. But the audio video equipment as well is changing, and we've moved things around. We're in a little outdoor area display right now with an outdoor TV. Doesn't have power yet, by the way. We just put it up yesterday. Outdoor TV, we have outdoor speakers here, just to let people see how it looks like on their back deck or something like that.
And one of the things that Iain said that was so much fun is when we start coming in now, every time we're going to kind of cover another vignette so you can get an idea. But we really encourage everybody in the next 6 months or so to come in and see all the cool things.
Absolutely.
Just talking it through.
I'll kind of give you a hint of what's going on.
Yeah.
But it really is a 2 to 3 month process because there's a huge design element to it from the aesthetic side, but there's also a technical design side, in how we feed audio and video to the particular areas that we're dealing with. We used to have what was called an art lift in our foyer.
I remember that,
it was a framed piece of art, and when the TV was off, the art was on the wall in a normal position. When the TV was on, the artwork moved up out the way to reveal the TV. We've changed that display. That will be something completely different that actually is being designed for us right now in Michigan. It's a one-off piece. Which is audio only, but it's going to be an eye catcher for sure. So instead of the moving artwork or the moving frame for the TV on another wall in here, fairly close to where we are right now, we plan to have a similar situation. So we'll have a frame, and here's some samples.
Look at these.
The customization. Yeah. So there'll be again a framed piece of artwork.
Yes.
But in this case, instead of the whole frame and the artwork moving out of the way when the TV comes on, only the artwork will move. So in other words, kind of like a window shade.
Exactly. It'll roll up. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it has a hem bar. It's weighted. It's tensioned. It won't look like a wrinkled piece of something. Reveal the TV, which means the frame will still stay around the TV when the TV's on, but then the artwork drops when the TV's off.
So from my point of view as a designer, no longer, and I mean this in a loving and kind way, of course, no longer is a TV something I as a designer have to consider like, now it is literally going to be a framed piece of art.
Right.
It's amazing to me, and the choices are unlimited.
There's a massive choice of frames. There's also a huge choice of stock artwork from this company. Believe it or not, there's something like 2,400 stock art pieces you can choose, or you can have your own artwork copied onto the fabric you know, not your own piece of art, but a copy of it, obviously.
One of the things that you said is, even though you're in the business, things change so rapidly,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
you're always kind of redesigning one thing or the other, and this is just sort of an overarching, general new design.
So things do change rapidly, technically, but what we're trying to achieve in the showroom here is how things have changed aesthetically.
Okay.
You know, for people like you and architects and the
Yes.
clients, because, you know, typically Mrs. Client doesn't like to see an ugly speaker on
Right.
the floor.
Oh,
You know,
right.
it needs to be hidden. The interior designer hates a big black box of something somewhere.
Right.
So what we're looking at is other ways to disguise the audio video,
Okay.
but still make it really cool and have it sound really good too.
You know, I'm thinking as we're speaking, with people who are renovating or people who are building, getting involved in that architectural planning stage is pretty I mean, it's pretty important, isn't it?
It is fairly important that the artwork TV, for instance, we
Right.
need to reframe our wall. So obviously that's best done in the construction stage. So
Okay.
the earlier the better for us.
Do you do a lot with, is there anything that can't be electronic now? I guess I'm thinking in terms of shades. I mean, every time I come in here, everything, it's lights, it's shades, now it's sensors if there's a leak. It's not just TVs and music.
Nope. There's lots and lots that you can do and people don't know. So we talk about it, right?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
really, really fun. I appreciate you joining us.
No
and again,
problem.
it's going to be fun in the next weeks to
Yeah,
come. Every time we come, we'll have a little treat for
sure.
you, a little tease for all of us. We want to thank all of you for joining us here on Girl Talk. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye now.